Today's entertainment is great. There are so many different devices we have that we can watch entertainment on, but that's where part of the problem lies. There's so many electronic devices. How do you hook them all up? It gets quite confusing. You almost need a college degree, and even that won't help sometimes. So today, I'm going to try and solve one mystery at least of electronics. I'm going to demonstrate how to hook up a simple DVD player to a simple TV. Today I'm going to be demonstrating using a Panasonic DVD machine. Now this is not just a player, this is a recorder. So a plain old player is going to have an even simpler control panel. You can tell this is a recorder because it has inputs on it. So you can bring in a signal on these inputs here to record onto a DVD. Today we're not going to do that. We're simply recording to play out to a TV. And the TV we're going to use here is a cheapo one. It's an Insignia 32-inch, and it's one of the least expensive models you can get. That's why it's hanging on my bedroom wall. So just to explain a little bit about what these controls are. On the top we've got RF in and RF out. These are UHF and VHF TV signals, radio frequency in, which means that's your TV antenna, your rooftop TV antenna that nobody has anymore because they've all switched to cable and satellite. But actually that is one of the best ways, potentially even better than cable, to get a very good quality HD signal from your RF in if you have a rooftop antenna. I highly suggest doing that. Your RF out would be one way to connect your machine to the TV, to the input of your TV using this cable. It's not the best quality looping of the signal to your TV, however. The other ways you can go to your TV are using your video, your yellow video, and your white and red audio signals. Those are traditional RCA cables, and that's the lowest quality that you can go with a signal. The next best thing, next step up in the quality department, is your S-video plug. Your S-video is a more refined way to generate your video signal. You would still hook up your audio to the white and red terminals, and then you can have your S-video. Now the best way, the highest quality, is going to be using these plugs here. These are, as they say, component. The component signal is much clearer, much better quality because it breaks down the components of the signal into 3 different wires. And then along with that is your best quality audio, which is a digital audio out, which is using a fiber optic cable. Now this particular TV has really crappy speakers, so I'm not going to use an optical cable. I don't need to, I'm not going to hear much difference using the best quality audio, so I'm going to hook it up using conventional red and white RCA jacks. So let's go ahead, and it's 3 different colors. Now these jacks are color-coded, so it makes it very easy, but if they weren't, and sometimes you'll get machines which do not have color codes on them, they'll just have the letters. So Y is always green and it's always at the top. PB would be blue, so you can see from the letters that would be blue. And PR is your red lead. There we go. Now our audio, instead of optical, we're going conventional. So we're going to hook up the RCA cables red to red, white to white. That's left and right channels. And there you have your video and audio signals. That's all you have to be concerned about. Now if you don't have a component cable, you can use a basic ordinary video cable, which is a 3-way as well, which has 1 video and 2 audio, but you can use them for the component signal. You just have to label them, and as I've done here, I'm going to use the yellow for green, and I've marked, it's arbitrary, but you can make them. You can go any way that you want. This is going to be blue, and I've labeled this one red because it is red. So that's something to remember. And then you go into the TV on the other end. Down here are the connections that we really need for a DVD player. Here's your 3 components. Component number 1 or component number 2, so you can connect 2 component devices if you wanted to. These are the video, these 3, and these are the connected audio to them. So those are on the same circuit, the same input on the TV. And this would be a second and different input, which would show up on the television menu. These connectors here in this box, AV1, it's called, AV-in1, can be either an S-video using a cable like this, which is your S-video cable, or a traditional video cable, which would go into here. This, remember, is low quality. S-video is better quality. The yellow is going to be green. I've made white the blue because that means it's easier to remember red is red. And our audio that goes with the component is white left channel, red right channel. And there we go. We've got 2 alternate video inputs. Now that we've got it hooked up, we're going to hit our input button on the TV, go down to component 1, which is what we hooked up the DVD player to, and there is our picture. And what better way to test our connections than putting up a classic Kurt Russell movie, Big Trouble in Little China. I hope that answers some of your questions and makes things just a little bit simpler for you in hooking up your DVD. I'm going to keep on working on these mysteries of electronics until we get them all solved.
Thank you.